Yo, what's going on, people, and welcome back to the channel. I just want to say thank you to anyone that subscribed. We just hit 3k subscribers, and I'm going to be dropping a multi-kit soon, so you can just enjoy that. In this video, we're going to be doing a Blxst type beat that's off his new album, Before You Go, so if you like the sound of this. So with Blxst type beats, he likes to use like guitars, rhodes, leads, and just have that like authentic bounce. So off Splice, I got these guitar loops and I just cut free and just made a rhythm out of them. And what makes it unique about this guitar sample and just fits perfect for Blxst, it has like stop, start, go, like it's just bounce towards it. So the first thing I did was just use this Juno chorus just to thin it out a little bit. Then a reverb, as I always like to use, just to make it a little bit more ambient and airy. And then I got rid of some frequencies that I just felt like was too much. Then I used the Stay 73 Rhodes and just matched the chords with this. What I like about these rows are just very minimal and just fill in and give a little bit more extra character. So the first thing I used was this shaper box, so it just pulses and makes its way in, but obviously took the mix down so it's just not completely cutting out. Then I used this J37 to just give this like wow effect, flutter effect, and as usual just a reverb and EQ. And then I threw this 1/16 delay that just gives a little bit more of like a fullness. Next thing I did was use this lead sound on Analog Lab. I feel like that just gives extra bounce and new character to the sample. Then I just gave it that like tape noise. I use a slight reverb just to be a little bit minimal and take away the harshness. Then I use this ping pong delay just to fill in like the stereo image. And then I use this plexi tape just to bring the brightness back in. After I use this like quick stab string that was from my kit. And what I like about that, extra drive and rhythm to the whole sample. Then again, I had this chorus tape, a slight reverb and EQ as usual, and then I've made it pan left to right just to give some more space to the other instruments. Next, halfway through the sample, I've used these string sounds from Contact, and I just use the chords, but I just give a little bit of a variation just to make it sound a little bit more natural. And as you can see here down below, I've panned little bits of the keys just so it makes the like the string sound like it's actually being played in a room. So with that, I just wanted it to feel like it's more played into a room. So I added this string reverb plate from Abbey Rhodes, gives it a nice like proper real feel. Then I've used this half step like side chain with the mix down, just so it's like pulsing in and it feels a little bit more natural. And then an EQ as usual, and then I changed the bit rate so it's a little bit more like muffled. After that, I got this lead sound, but I only used this part of it. And what I did with that, I just reversed it so it sounds like this. And what I like about that, it just gives it a nice feedback into like the whole sample, has like a little break. And what I did on that is just add this decapitator with the mix down just to give it that nice harshness. A reverb as always, and an EQ. And again, another shaper box with a volume. This time I'm using the filter with mix down, just so it's just coming down and just not being too hard. Then for the second half of the sample, I'm going to add another lead sound. So I use this Lonely Glass Room. And what I did on this is just add a tiny room reverb just so it's a little bit more boxy, and then I just EQ'd out some little bit. And then lastly I found this vocal sample of Splice. And what's cool about this sample is where it's in 143 BPM, I've obviously matched it to 88 BPM, and it's just give that nice like weird texture to the voice. Then I've used this little alter boy where I've pitched it up, but then I've changed the formant so it's a little bit deeper. Then I've used this ambience reverb just to give that nice like room boxy sound to it. Then I've just EQ'd out a little bits I didn't like. A ping pong delay just so it's just going left to right. And then I've used this 1 bar like sidechain effect again, just so it wasn't too overpowering and so it was cutting out a little bit. Then I did a reverse bit at the end, just sounds like this. And again, I felt like that was a nice feedback into the loop of the sample. And then lastly, I used this perk loop that's coming from my kit. So once that's done as usual, brought it down by 3 semitones. And now let's just get straight into the drums. So I'll use this hi-hat where I've just made a little bounce with a velocity. And what I've done about this hi-hat, I've time shifted it so it's just a little bit off the like grid. Then I've added a rim shot. And then a second rim shot. And with that rim shot, I've just removed it in certain places just to give a different listen. Then I've used like this Congo sound just to give that extra bounce that Blxst likes to use. Then at the end, then I added another hi-hat as I'll show you at the end. End of every 4th bar, I've just added this reverb snap. That's just to give more atmosphere, and Blxst likes to just mix up with the rims and snares. Then I use this bassy kick that wasn't too much. And as you can see here, I use this like short 808. And as you can see with the 808, I've only played it to the rims, so it's just stopping and having that bounce. So it sounds like this. So that is the whole of this beat, so I'll play it now. Yeah, that is the whole beat all together. I thought it come out perfect. If you do like this video, leave a comment of what you want to see in the future. On my Instagram, that's going to be on the screen. That multi-kit is coming real soon and it's going to be so worth it. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one, people.